Hello and welcome to Keep Sales. Now in this video, we will be looking at a general overview of the desktop app. So let us get to it. Now the desktop app allows for customers to access Keep Sales directly from their computers without having to open the application through an internet browser. Now, once you have downloaded the app onto your PC, you just have to click on the application to have access to it. Okay, so this is an example. This is an illustration that we are going to have. So let's click on the Sumundi Keepsales desktop application. Now this is what happens. And then over here, so now usually before this, you have to enter your license key to be able to gain access to entering your username and your password. Okay, so when it comes to entering your username and your password, it requires the internet to be able to go around that. Okay, so now let us sign in to our application. Okay, so this is the first thing that appears. Okay, so over here you see something like the home screen. Okay, you're able to refresh your business info. You're able to make changes to your printer settings. You click this to log out. Now this is what you click to when you want to sell, and then this is what you click when you want to check your sales for the day. So the desktop app does majorly two things. It allows you to sell, and then once you've sold, you are able to access your sales for the day. Okay, now anytime you log out, okay, and then you want to be able to enter in a different license key in order to open the desktop app, you click on the clear all data from this computer. All right, so now let's get to each of them one by one and see how it works. So let's begin with the new transaction. So let's click on the new transaction, and then over here our new transaction screen is opened. Over here you see that is written online. Okay, so we can click to maximize this so that it fills the screen. You see that it's online, so you are able to also record your sales online from the desktop app. So what this means is that once you've recorded your sale and then you clicked either to sell with receipt or to sell with no receipt, that particular sale is recorded, okay, is stored on your cloud. Okay, you can also switch to record offline. When you click to record offline, there will be a couple of information that you have to take notice of. So you have to take your time and carefully read them. We are going to look at all these in subsequent videos. So this is just a brief summary for you to take notice of. You are going to have to take these information very carefully, read them very carefully. Once you've done that, you click here to load your product's data offline. Now what this means is that once you click here, all the information that you have, okay, on the cloud is going to be loaded, okay, onto your local storage on your computer. That is what is going to happen. Okay, so when we click on that, we just wait a bit for the loading to happen. So whilst we wait for it, you can just go through the notes briefly. It says that we noticed this is the first time you're attempting to sell offline, so you will have to your data will have to be loaded from online into a database. Okay, we will automatically create on this computer to allow you to sell offline. And then also this database is just like any other file on your computer, and Sumundi doesn't have any control or protection over it. So like just like any other file, like you see, okay, all scattered on my desktop, Sumundi Keepsales is just like any other file. So the company does not have any control over it. So even though we have done our best to keep it safe, we cannot be held liable for any loss or inconsistencies of the data due to computer malfunction, mouse systems, errors, or damages. And then it says we strongly advise that you only record your sales offline if your internet connectivity speed is very bad. This is very important, that if you know your internet speed is really terrible, then you switch to record offline, like we are trying to do now. We are trying to preload our products for online usage, and then slows down your ability to quickly check out your customers in a queue. So you kindly click on the bottom at the right. Okay, so we've already done that. Now we wait for our products to finish loading, and then we can get back to work. So once we are done, you notice it's written over here that your products have been loaded successfully. So mind you, if you have a lot of products uploaded, it's going to take some time for all the products to be fully loaded. If you have just a small amount of product, it wouldn't take too much time for them to be fully loaded. Okay, so we click on OK, and then it brings us here. Okay, so over here we are able to now access Keep Sales offline, meaning that every transaction that we do is going to be recorded offline. Now, one thing we have to notice is you can click back to go online if you don't need to be offline. Another thing you also want to take notice of is you can also click refresh products. Anytime you make any changes on your web platform in your account, let's say you make changes to the products, the product quantities, or you add new products and other changes, anytime you come back offline, you always have to make sure that you refresh products so that the system is always up to date on all the changes that have occurred behind the scenes. And then you can check your sales for today, and then you can click to log out as well. All right, so let us try and sell some few things. Okay, so let's say we want to sell this. So once you click on this, you notice that the product name, okay, and the details will appear. You can, if you want to sell at wholesale, you can click to sell at wholesale. If not, you can just click to uncheck the box. You can, if you want to change the quantity, you just double click, okay, and then you just, input the quantity, and then you hit on enter. Then once you do that, you notice that the amount received here changes. You can give discount if you want to. You can also click, to remove the particular product if you want to. Now, when you come here, you can enter notes pertaining to this particular transaction. All right. So once you do that, you can just enter it over there, and then for the payment method, you just select the kind of payment method that you need, and then you click to either sell with receipt or sell with no receipt. Sell with receipt is if you are hooked to a receipt printer or a wireless printer. Sell with no receipt is that you're not going to print any receipt. So let's click on sell with no receipt, since we'll not be able to illustrate that. So once we click that, it tells you that you've been able to record successfully. Now you click on OK. One thing I also need us to notice, once you click on this, you always have to make sure that you enter the amount received. Now this is the total that you may have chosen. You can select a number of products, as you wish. So let's say we want to sell this. Okay. All right, so you notice that the amount received here by default is usually the same here. So if the customer gave you more than what, whatever the customer gives you is what you enter under the amount received. So let's say the customer gave us this amount of money. Okay, so once we record transaction, you notice that it says that the transaction recorded successfully. It tells you the balance that you have to give, all right, and it tells you that your product should be reloaded. Okay, now once we are done here, let us go to today's sales to have a look at what we have done. Okay, so we're able to see all the transactions that have gone on. Okay, when we maximize, you're able to see all the transactions that have gone on, and then the statistics that are available. There's also a place to search transactions. So if somebody returns the receipt, you enter the transaction ID that you see on the receipt, okay, and then it's able to fetch that particular transaction for you. Now over here, like I said, you see all the breakdown, the stats, okay, pertaining to the transactions that you have done. Then when you come up, you see these buttons: sync transactions, new sale, online sales, refresh. Now sync transactions means that you want to be able to sync these offline records back to your account online. Anytime you sync your transactions online, it is much safer because then it is stored on the cloud, and then you can always access it wherever that you go. So let's click on that. Okay, so once we do that, I'll do that very soon. You can also click to reprint receipts over here. All right, so now let's click to sync transactions. Okay, so once you click, you notice it will be loading, and it tells you that it has been successfully synced, and then you click on OK. All right, so once you are done, okay, you can just click on online sales to take you back to see your transactions synced online. Okay, so these are the transactions that have been synced online for the day. Okay. All right, and if you want to go back to sell, you just click on it and it opens, the window for you. So we can close all these and then come back here. All right, so I've explained what new transaction is. I've explained what today's sales is. Okay, so let's click to refresh business info. It says that if you have made any changes in your online account, your business name, location, phone parts, or currency, refreshing your information will fetch the new changes to be stored locally. Okay, great. So whatever changes you make in the business info, it will be reflected over here for you. Now let's get to the printer settings. Now, once you have connected a printer to your computer, you have to come to the printer settings, and then whatever default printer that you are using, you have to make sure that you take notice of the name, and then you enter the name of that particular printer over here. So if it's a printer, let's say called XP80C, you just enter it over there. Okay, usually X printers, this is an example of an X printer machine. So you put it there, and then you click on save changes. Once you click on save changes, you can print test page to see if it is working. Okay, once you click on save changes, it saves the particular printer onto the software, and then you're able to print the test page. Once you print the test page and it's successful, it means that when you go to new transaction and you try to sell, it is going to be successful as well. You'll be able to print out your receipt. Okay, so that is all for the general overview. Okay, now this is where you log out. You always need the internet to log in and log out. Once you've logged in with the internet, you do not, and then you've switched. Okay, you switched to offline from here. Okay, you do not need the internet anymore. But anytime you need to switch back to online, you will need the internet for that. Okay, so this has been all for the general overview of the desktop app. There'll be more of these amazing videos available for you, so do well to join me, do well to tune in on our YouTube channel and follow all our videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you again in our next video. Have a wonderful time, and bye bye.